Hello, hello, I think I'm live with this new setup. I'm just gonna have a few check just to make sure that I'm actually live. First time to use this, so let me see if this works or not. Yes, I think so. Alright, well, if it doesn't work, then I'll try again another time, but then I'll assume that it does work. So YouTube has been changing the way they do things, and they don't want us to use Google Hangout on Air anymore, which was the solution I was using before. So I found a tutorial that let me know how to use OBS, which is what I'm using right now, and I decided to add a little thumbnail with my face in the corner there, so you can see what I look like, I guess. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that happened this week. Because I was working on a drawing which was a little bit complex, and I was playing around with 1 point and 2 point perspective like together. So I'm going to show you something, and I don't know if I have like the optimal solution, but this is how I did it. So basically 1 point perspective, you know, it is the simplest thing here. No, I just set up some guides in Crypt Paint, so this makes things a lot easier. Okay, so this is like basic, like 1 point perspective, right? Okay, so let's say I wanted to do a instead of a cube, I want to do a I wanted to turn it 90 degrees on the horizon, right? So if I follow my guide, I can only go towards the horizon line, so that doesn't work. So the current like most common thing that you would do is that you would add a 2 more vanishing point. So let me add that in. So I have my 2 new points here. And then I'm gonna put them like right in front of my cube. So I can have a nice 90-degree cube in front of my cube. I'll make it another color so you can see it easier. There you go. So I go in and I can easily make my cube. Right. So this works. But now, okay, that's fine. But what if I wanted to, this turns on the horizontal line, right? But what if I wanted to turn it on the vertical line? Okay, so let me draw a new cube a bit more this way, maybe in blue. Too many. Okay, let me go back to my 1 point first. Okay, so here's my cube. Okay, my very bad cube. All right, So what if I want to turn this cube 90 degrees toward me, so on the vertical line. So I'll just turn off my my ruler for now, and then this is on the wrong layer. Okay. And then I'm gonna take another color and draw it freehand just to show you what I mean. So I want to draw a a cube like this that turns on the vertical line, right? So how do I figure where the vanishing points are? So I couldn't really find an answer to that, but what I did was I used the same way we would draw an ellipse, like a circle. So basically you make a cross to find the middle point. And I'll get back. And then you draw another cross. Okay. And then I kind of, at this point, I eyeball it a little bit. So I just want to know, I just want to have a little bit of a bigger, I don't need to eyeball it actually, I just need to continue these lines. And then I'll have a bigger square. Okay, so let's say I start here. I can make I'll make it a little bit smaller here, and then here, here, here. Okay, so now I have a bigger cube. So what I want to do is just use those points to draw my cube. Oops. This to here, this to here. And then if I want to have another, because I want to have it in like a complete cube, right? So I'll just continue my line, and then I know that it starts here, and then it gets confusing because there's so many lines. But at this point, what I'll do is that I'll create like a whole other cube here with my same lines, but then I know that I should make it smaller so we can see something actually. And I'll start with another color. So maybe smaller. It won't be a cube, but it will allow us to see it a little bit better. Too big. This one here. Okay. So I have my second face of my turning cube, or that's not really a cube anymore, but you get the idea. So here, cube, and then this is the top cube, and this is the second one. So if I take another color again, and then maybe reduce my opacity a little bit, I can clean it up and show you what the final result is. These are my lines, my cube. So this is how I did it. So, I mean, I don't know if I have like the best solution, but this is how I managed to do my my drawing, and I'll show you what the final result was after a bit of tinkering here. So this is it. So you see the claw there. I was looking at my claw. I drew another claw here actually. So I can have one claw that faces straight up, but then having all of them in the same angle makes it a little bit boring. So I created this new claw in a 90-degree angle, and if you can, I can show you the this is the final claw, but I can show you all the work that came into it. So this is my construction lines. Little claw. And I really use the same thing I've been showing you to kind of figure out where the lines should go. So as I said, I don't know if I have the best approach to do this, but I think in the end it came out alright. So this is just a quick thing I wanted to show you, you know, starting up. I don't really have any plans for the rest of the live stream. I'm probably just gonna be drawing and talking to you a little bit about what I'm doing, and I'm really wondering if this feed is working alright, because it seems like it's buffering a lot. I'll try to see from my phone what it looks like, because I'm having big doubts here. Okay, I think it's working from a preview on my phone. Hello, myself. It's working. Maybe it's delayed a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I put too much resolution in my feed. I guess I'll just have to watch it after and make updates in the next one. So I'll just continue on this one. I hope it's recording all right. At least. All right. Maybe I can load the stream here just to see. Wait a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I put too much resolution in my feed. Okay, so I'm watching it. I guess I'll just have to watch it after and make updates in the next one. So I'll just continue on. Yeah, okay. So sorry about that. I'm just a little bit insecure about this. So you know, so I'm just currently I'm on the 9th page of my my newest chapter. And as you see, this is starting to look pretty good. And you know, one thing about digital is that you don't really need to make sketches, so you kind of have to judge at at what point does it become less useful to use the kind of pen for sketches. And at the point where I'm looking at now, I think I went a bit too far. I could have just used the ink pen and corrected it after. So I think that's what I want to do, even though I want to kind of separate the steps like into rough sketch, and then ink. In some very complex page, like I'm planning this one to be, it becomes necessary, I think, to go right ahead and do at least part of the ink, maybe not all the details. So that's what I'm planning to do today. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna be making a new layer, and I'm gonna be putting all my old layers into a folder just so they don't bother me anymore. I keep way too much stuff in my file, which makes them become humongous. There you go. Be a little bit less cluttered. Okay. So this is a clean new, no, it's my reference. I guess I can keep it in case I need to. I'll name it though. Heart made of stone. Okay. Clean new layer. Oh, okay. So I think I'm advanced enough here to at least try some ink. Yeah. No, still on the pencil. And what's wonderful about digital again is, you know, if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. I can always redo a part of it. I thought it would be nice to show you this part of the process, because you know, putting the ink is always such a good experience. See, it really makes the drawing come to life, I think. So, always relaxes me to do this. That's why in college I used the ink nickname. And I don't know why sometimes clip paints forget the shortcut. So now I have to, for turning. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit left. And if it's not perfect, it's not doesn't matter. I mean, I can always like redo that thing. So at least if it is perfect by some chance, then I don't have to redo it again. Isn't it wonderful? So sketching is great to kind of find ideas and get a feel for what you're trying to draw. But sometimes it becomes a bit too time-consuming, I think. That's what I would say. And I'm always trying to optimize my workflow. I don't know about you, but time is precious, precious, precious. Very good thumb. Yeah. So what has been happening lately? Not much. You know, the last stream was 6 months ago. I think 6 months ago. I was just finishing. I just finished my my last Kickstarter. So even since then, I worked on a short story for an upcoming anthology by a friend, and you know, he's just been telling me that it's still in the plan. It's been it was pushed back a little bit, but hopefully we'll get to see it one day. If not, then I'll just publish it myself. It's a pretty nice 6-page story, so that kind of put some I kind of had to push back some of the work on the main comic because of that, since it was a paying gig. So but I'm back on it, and now I'm you see, I'm kind of inking page 9. So I like that actually. I don't know if you're maybe you're not familiar with a comic, and this might be a kind of a a spoiler, but yeah, this character dies in the last chapter. So now he's being put back together. I really wish I could put these, publish these faster. Oh well, maybe one day. I'm really curious to see how this stream will turn out. Maybe I should have done a quicker little thing, like maybe just a little tutorial like I did in the beginning, and I just stop it there and then try a bigger stream another time. I don't know. I'm really new to this whole thing. Well, I'll go ahead and, you know, just work on this for an hour, and then I'll take a look at the stream and see how disastrous it was. Okay, so let's see. It's gonna be the blood dripping down. I've been listening to a lot of 40s music lately. I've been liking it since I was a kid, because I had the chance to meet the Ink Spots when I was very young. It was a fun experience. Of course, I had no idea who they were. But as I grew up, I figured it out, and I thought it was pretty cool to have had a chance to meet them. We were on a visit to New Orleans, and they were playing there. Nice old man. If you don't know who they are, I suggest you check them out. They've been popularized lately for their song in Fallout. I don't want to set the world on fire. So they had this kind of style. So most of their song are a little bit repetitive. I mean, they kind of follow the same kind of pattern from the ones I know. But it's nice. It's a soothing kind of thing. Very typical of those years. The claw. I will add up a lot of detail here, but I just want to maybe get the main shapes out. Maybe add some rust. I don't know. I have to think about it. I am a big fan of Geoff Darrow. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but and he does put in an insane amount of detail here. I don't know, and I think I've seen some of his drawing, and I think a lot of it is done freehand, which is completely insane. I saw something he posted recently on Twitter, like a drawing he did for Stan Sakai, and oh my god, it's like this crazy turtle with a bunch of monks on top, and you look at it, it looks like it's been drawn directly in ink. I've asked him, but he didn't answer. Too bad. He did answer me once. I thought it was pretty cool of him. I'm sure he must be extremely busy. I saw a question recently on Facebook. Somebody was wondering if it was correct to turn your canvas when you draw. You should be used to drawing straight. And I've seen so many professional artists turn their canvas that I think it's really the way to go, to be able to make straight lines and nice curves. But one thing, I used to turn my whole tablet, but then I found out that, you know, it's much easier just to use the shortcut. I don't know if that makes me lazy or I just want to be efficient. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm just checking the channel here. Yeah, it seems like it's still easy, or I just want. Yeah, it's still pretty much where I am. So okay, all right. It seems like it's working. Why did YouTube have to change their thing? I'll read up on it more on the optimal, because when I started streaming my test, I had a message in the studio saying it's not like optimal resolution or something. So I was a bit worried that it won't work. But it seems like it's working. I don't know if I should do live stream or just, you know, record myself drawing and post it after. But I do like to show that, you know, I do make mistakes all the time, and I don't like artists who, you know, want to, you know, edit all that. I don't like them to do it because it kind of makes you feel that they don't make any mistakes, which is often not true. I'm sure there's some amazing people out there, but I think it's good to see that, you know, everybody makes mistakes. It's fine. The important thing is not giving up. And I know that most people, they don't try to show that they're better than they are. It's just that they want to create a clean video, you know, that goes to the point, but then it kind of gives the impression that, you know, that they never make a mistake. So you don't see all the redo and all the junk that comes in. I mean, this is like my 46th layer on this page. So not on this page, maybe on this page. Yeah, it's about that, 46. Because I'm at the claw, I think I restarted twice. And every time it takes me maybe 10, 15 layers to figure it out. And as you saw, I like to work in different colors. So that's very helpful to kind of make sense. Look, so look, I did the arm here. And then I was so much into my drawing that I forgot to draw it in. Alright, so let me do that now. So what I do, so I have my ink layer. I'll create a new ink layer. I'll reduce the opacity or the original one, and then I'll just draw my arm where it's supposed to be and delete where it's not. So I don't have to draw the whole arm, obviously. So just put that like this, maybe add a little bit of detail, although I'll really, you know, put a lot more detail later. This is really just a clean first pass at this drawing. A heart made of stone will never break. So many people avoid drawing ends, and I must say I used to do that too. It's not easy. It's not easy. I get it. It's annoying. So to get it, you know, to get the feel for it. I don't know how good I am at drawing them. I often think I suck, but you know, keep on trying. Well, that's an okay arm, I guess. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll go back to my old layer and delete the part that are overlapping my hand. Sometimes I create a mask if I'm not sure where I want to put my hand or something like that. In this case, I'm pretty confident. So I'll just delete what shouldn't be there. Okay. And I can turn back up the opacity. Et voila! Okay, and I must resist the temptation to add detail. I must resist. Okay, I did this really to clean up the page, and so it makes sense to me. So no details, keep it for later. It's so difficult because it's adding the final touches is really the most fun part, to me anyway. Okay, so here is something. You see how the line sticks to this line? It's really looks bad. So what I'll do is that I'll cheat a little bit. You cheated! And I'll move this whole thing here. I mean, okay, so the perspective will be a little bit crooked. I don't think it's going to be really apparent. And you know, you won't have that weird tangent here. So I could use rulers, okay, to do these lines, and I've been seriously thinking about it. I don't know. I feel it's gonna look a bit too perfect. I don't know. Maybe I should try with a few pages. But then I'm thinking, oh, these pages will look different than the rest, and well, that will suck. I should maybe try one drawing with a ruler and see if it looks too weird, you know, because obviously my curves are not don't have perfect line either, so I think it makes it match a little bit better if it's made by hand. You kind of see the little imperfection there. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't show, and maybe people wouldn't care, but I don't know. Always save your work. Yeah. Yeah, those long straight lines. Man. Ah. Yeah. Okay, let's draw a foot. I think I prefer drawing a foot than a long straight line. Oh god. He does. Then my foot are necessarily much better. But details later. Where's that heart? Here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. I'm not gonna need reference for the bones inside. I'll do that part later. I think it's enough for now. I don't want to make you watch me find reference. This is pretty boring. You just Google and yeah, that's it. So, you know, this might not be perfect, but it's good enough for now. You know, at least gives me a clean first pass. That was as I was saying, I don't find much point to make a sketch if it's exactly the same lines as the ink. So I might change my process a little bit. If I can go more directly to ink, and even that if that means redoing the ink, which is totally fine in digital. So yeah, that was a bad line. Okay. So I'll be shutting down this stream in 10 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to go and start cleaning up the house now. Just so you know, you can always go to 3D webcomic. It's currently I'm currently sharing chapter 5, mine, which is I think it's a nice chapter talking about the relationship between a father and his daughter, and you know there's a bunch of monsters in there as well. So good fun. And drop me a note. I mean, you can comment on this video, you can comment on the webcomic. I'd love to hear from you. I love your feedback, and I love subscribe. So you know, if you want to see more and you want me to be to feel that it's worth to do these things, having people subscribing is a big help to motivate me to do this. So you know, I do really appreciate it. So I think Saturday morning like that is actually pretty nice. The family's out, I'm all by myself, and I can do this, you know, without any stress. So I might do this again, maybe maybe as soon as Okay, people, there was a small crash on my computer. I'm really sorry about that. So, I mean, I was pretty done anyway. I hope you enjoyed the stream today, and I'm gonna try to do this again sooner than later. I don't know, probably I might even try next Saturday if everything goes well. So I hope I see you then, and please, if you like this, subscribe. If you want to learn more about me or my comic, go to the webcomic. I even show you. It's if you don't know it, I suggest you go, because I've been posting there for a couple of years now, and this is my comic. It's on page 8 now. It's a 24-page story, 1 page per week. So check it out. And I love to hear any comments you might have. So I'll hope to see you soon. Goodbye.